Hello, welcome back. Hope you're well. I hope you've had a good week and good last week and a good weekend. Um, my weekend was good because me and my husband sorted out my office, so it's all exactly the way I want it to be now, and I'm really chuffed about it. And ta-da, ta-da, we have lights in the background, and this is great for me because my background of all my videos has been boring as bugger for ages because obviously I've had nothing going on behind me. So now I have some lights and I have some of my new bookshelves, and it's getting really, really dark, so you can't really see that well, but you can see the lights. You can't see my books very well, but you can see the lights. So next video I do, you'll see the books more clearly. Anyway, I digress. Last week I didn't do a video because I was absolutely at death's door. I really wasn't I really wasn't feeling very well. I'd got some sort of cold, flu-y type thing, and I literally felt like death warmed up. It was horrid. I felt horrid, really horrid. So that's why I didn't do a video last week. So apologies for that, but I'm here today. I'm here this week. And this week's video is another true crime and another serial killer. Now, I've not changed my channel, so it's just serial killers and true crime. This story I watched on a documentary drama thing recently on the television, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the drama and the acting was fabulous. But the story grabbed me, when something and it grabbed me, and I just thought I've got to do a video on this because this sort of video is perfect for content for me, and I wanted to share it with you. So this is why hence we're doing this video today. So instead of me keeping on, I'll shut up, we'll move on, you can go and watch the video, and I'll see you on the other side.
Delia Balmer was a Canadian nurse working in London in the 1990s. She was an eccentric, happy-go-lucky hippie in a lot of ways, but she knew what she wanted in life and she set out to do it. She grew up in America wanting to be a dancer before she moved to the UK to start her life as a nurse. In 1991, she met a man in a Camden pub. She was intrigued by him and he charmed her somewhat. Delia loved to travel, and John Sweeney said he also loved travelling, so that bonded their friendship from the start. John Sweeney was a carpenter from Merseyside, but this wasn't his only skill. He was also an artist. He loved to draw, but unbeknown to anybody, he drew things that were dark, but not because it was his style, more because it was the things he wanted to do or had done. Soon after meeting, the couple got on well, and Delia had her own flat, which John visited many times, often staying over, till in the end he moved into the flat with her. Things at first were fine. He mended her front door as it wouldn't shut without slamming. He made her a bed frame, although Delia didn't want one because she loved her mattress on the floor bed, but he insisted, and he seemed like it was a perfect boyfriend. Then things were ugly. John started to manipulate Delia, calling her at all times of the day, expecting her to do as she was told. Her friends from work had met John, and he charmed his way around them at first. But after a while, one of her work friends, whom she used to go out for drinks with after work sometimes, became suspicious of his behaviour, and she asked Delia about him. Delia admitted that he was controlling. He had raped her and had often refused to let her go out. One day, Delia found a green bag among his possessions. It was full of masking tape, marigold gloves, a rope, a saw, and a plastic sheet. It was a definite wake-up call. She later said, "It was a body disposal kit meant for me." After he had returned from a trip to Germany, where he had assaulted a man, Delia tried to break things off with him. She was asked him to leave her flat. When he stormed out of the flat, Delia had a look through all of his drawings in his sketchpad. This is where she saw the dark drawings, some of women naked, and there was one of a woman who Delia asked him about when he returned. He turned nasty because she'd looked through his sketches, and it was around this time that he told her that he'd killed his former girlfriend and dumped her body in the canal in Amsterdam. But then he told her he didn't mean it and he was just trying to scare her. They got into a fight. This is when John Sweeney kept her captive. He stripped her naked and tied her to the bed on the frame that he had made. He repeatedly raped her and kept her hostage for 4 days. She was terrified for her life as he had a gun and he threatened her with it along with a knife. One day, when he left the flat, she managed to escape and she went straight to the police. But they only arrested Sweeney for holding her hostage and they eventually released him on bail. Now, Delia wasn't immediately aware of this release and he was vengeful then and he contracted her. On December the 22nd, 1994, she was heading home after finishing her last shift of the year. John Sweeney was waiting for her as she headed up her steps to her front door with her bicycle. He then attacked her brutally with an axe, cutting off one of her fingers and leaving her with life-changing injuries. She was luckily saved by a neighbour who hit him over the head with a baseball bat. She then spent months in hospital recovering from her injuries, while Sweeney went on the run. In this time, the police in Amsterdam had found a body in the canal. Because it was so decayed, they couldn't be sure who it was, until Delia told the police in the UK that John Sweeney had told her he killed his previous girlfriend and dumped the body in the canal in Amsterdam. It was then the police spoke to the police in Amsterdam, and it turned out that the body was of his ex-girlfriend, Melissa Housted. It turns out that Melissa was an American, and she moved to the UK to find her fame as a model. She met John and actually moved to Amsterdam to run away from him when he became violent towards her. Another body was found in 2001. The dismembered and headless body of Paul Fields was found in body bags in London's Regent's Canal. Paula met John completely by accident as he was sharing a flat in London and Paula was looking for the other person that lived there. John Sweeney made sure that she didn't see that person or anyone ever again. John Sweeney went on the run for 7 years. He was finally caught in 2001 after Paula's body was found. Detectives found several weapons and 300 pieces of gruesome artwork and poems in his North London house. Several other artworks were found in his prison cell in Gartree Prison when he was arrested for the murders of the 2 people in 2010. Dutch police are also believed to be investigating claims that Sweeney killed 2 German men who he caught having affairs with Miss Housted. Delia Balmer said Sweeney had told her about the killings. During the trial, the court heard Miss Housted had predicted her own death before she went to Amsterdam. And he had told her sister that if she ever went missing, John Sweeney would have killed her. The jury heard Sweeney wrote on the back of a scratch card, "Poor old Melissa, chopped her up into bits. Fed food to feed the fish. Amsterdam was the pits." Another drawing showed a gravestone with the words, "R.I.P. Melissa Housted." Miss Paula Fields from Liverpool came to London in 1998 and she worked for a short time in a laundrette before becoming a crack cocaine addict and then a prostitute, court heard. John Sweeney had been told that he would likely die in jail. Judge Mr. Justice Saunders said the offences were so serious only a whole life's term was appropriate. These were terrible, wicked crimes. The heads of the victims had been removed. It is impossible to be certain how they were killed. The mutilation of the bodies is a serious aggravating feature of the murders. Not only does it reveal the cold-blooded nature of the killer, but it has added greatly to the distress of the families to know that parts of their loved ones will never be recovered. So, not only did Delia escape with her life, she went back to university, rebuilt her life, and worked as a therapeutic masseuse. But she also wrote a book about her ordeal called Living with a Serial Killer. I should have known something was wrong, but I am too soft and trusting. I'd never come across anything like it before, she wrote in her book. You can find the book in all good bookstores, including on Amazon. Until I Kill You is a documentary drama that was shown on ITV in the UK. Delia was played by Anna Maxwell Martin. When I wrote my original story, I included every detail of what happened, she said in the documentary. When it came to the final attack on the doorstep, I edited it over and over again, wanting everything to be read precisely as it happened. My concern has always been to get the truth out by whatever means. I remain an angry person. Sweeney was let out on bail. The police gave him insufficient protection before his final assault. Later, I was forced to go to court to be further traumatised by the system. John Sweeney will rot in prison, and he deserves to for what he did. It was out of the depths of darkness and beyond any normal sane person's capabilities. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode today. I'll put all the links for the books, the documentary, and the real life story documentary in the comments. So, thank you for listening.
Well then, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said before, I found it fascinating, this whole story. And what I find the most fascinating, and also, I don't even know the word, brilliant, I suppose is the best word, about Delia Balmer, is that she managed to rebuild her life. How did she do that? She managed to rebuild her life, and she managed to go to uni, and she managed to, get a degree in be a masseuse. And I think she is a warrior of a woman. There is no other way to describe that. She's a survivor and a warrior. She didn't let it get she just cracked on. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's that's something else, isn't it? In any person, that's something else. When you can get past something so tragic, so scary, and so in your life, you're a special kind of person. It's as simple as that, really. And she's definitely one of them special kind of people. So, yeah, I found it fantastic and fascinating and really, really good, to be fair. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I have put links down in the description of the drama. Then the drama itself is called Until I Kill You. That's really good, really worth watching. If you're in the UK, I don't know anywhere else if you'll be able to watch it anywhere else, because, so sorry about that. And also the real true life, her events, really, of her words. She did like a documentary herself, which literally she explains everything in her own words. And I think that's definitely worth watching after you've watched the drama. So I put a link for that as well. And I've also put a link for her book. Now, she wrote a book about it, and I've got it myself on my Amazon wish list. So, hopefully somebody will buy it for me for Christmas. I could always put my wish list in the description, then somebody can buy it from one of you can buy it for me if you like. I think, honestly though, yeah, she's a massive warrior of a woman, and I hats off to her. Really, hats off to her. What a woman. So yeah, I've put all the links down below. Go ahead, have a look. enjoy it if you watch it, and yeah, if you get the book as well, if you're not in the UK, you can then go ahead and buy the book and stuff instead, because I know you can get it in like Amazon and other bookshops, and I'm not sure what sort of bookshops around the world does it, but I know Amazon does it, and I know that you can get it via Kindle. Is that it? Kindle? Yeah, online thing. You know, me, I prefer a proper pagey turner. A proper book. I I'm not into this digital reading stuff, really. Nah. But if you are, then you can get it on there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to get off, and well, I'll see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, keep smiling. Bye bye.